Attorney Better has a number item as well.
Mr. Better.
Thank you, Judge.
Honestly, go fuck yourself, sir. You don't say that, okay? You don't lose a trial where a jury acquits someone and finds them overwhelmingly not guilty and say, I gave my sincere obligation to look into this, and I'm telling you all I saw when she's guilty. Again, respectfully, go fuck yourself.
Swear again like that. That was, no, I mean, whatever. That was, I shouldn't have done that.
A few moments later.
You, as a prosecutor, have got to be out of your fucking mind.
Nose.
Dude, Jimmy, look at those ears.
The ears don't bother me as much.
No, I don't trust a man. I don't trust a man with a lobe like that. No,
really,
not a fucking chance.
The mouth is butthole to me.
Very thin, paper thin.
The nose.
Oh, the nose.
The brows.
Well, listen, I will tell you though, I kind of like a fucked up nose on a guy.
Like a big old honker. Like a big nose.
Old nose. Give me that beak, bitch. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm into it.
Come over here. Cluck, cluck.
Yeah.
I see some chickens that went moving on up in my biz, cluck, cluck, running. You gotta be with the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids, kids.
And I go, oop, clutch, clench, kegel. We did it all. And I go, oh, and what happened? And they go, well, we just got 4,000 plus pages, bitch. And I said, stop it. Show me it. Take me to Unimpound Town immediately, if not sooner. So what happens?
The bitch is here.
Why are you at a football game? Are you a Fonz correspondent?
Well, no, because it's only for men over 30. Okay? Have a great night, boys. Fuck off.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
Hey, Blues Clues, motherfucker.
Oh. Hello, loveys. Happy Thursday. Happy Thickims Thursday. It is October 16th, 2025. And we're all together again. We're here. We're here. Yes. Shake your money maker like somebody's about to pay you. Okay? It is the fall. It is the season for us to be, I don't know, gaining a couple of LBs and not being afraid. Fear not, my loveys, because we'll take care of it in January. But right now, it's me, it's you, and we're just here to have some fun, okay? The bigger the hair, the closer to God. No one will tell me differently. And a little bit of fluff never hurt anyone. That's what I heard. Get your Diet Cokes. Clink. I love you. All right. So today, babes, what a week. It's been wild. But today we are here and we have to talk some shit. And we're going to go over the denial of Kelsey Fitzsimmons, her SJC appeal, which was absolutely heartbreaking yesterday. And then I wanted to go over a couple of postpartum links that I have. And I am going to be going on Court TV at 9 o'clock. Stop it. Vinny invited me. I said, oh, what are we doing? I'm doing it. Okay. My hair may look like I have, combed it with a pork chop, but Lord, hear our prayers. Who gives a shit? Okay. To the woman who last time I was on Court TV said, your hair looks like shit. Brush it, Kim. I'm going to not brush it. Okay. Specifically, I'm not brushing it for you, but that is okay. And I'm going to go on and I'm going to be talking about the Lindsay Clancy case and postpartum depression. And I think that specifically in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, but our country and the world, it is so sad to me that in 2025, babes, that we're still having these discussions and that there is stigma attached to something that is not within a mother's control. And if you had a choice and said, could I not feel this way? Or, do I have to feel this way? I know that all of us who are moms would say, I would do anything so that I could have my baby. But going through it when you're in the thick of it is something that we all, in some way, whether you have maybe the baby blues or up to postpartum depression, or in very rare cases, postpartum psychosis, these are things that we should not have to hide behind or feel shame in. We should be lifting each other up and allowing each other to talk about it, because when we talk about it, that's how we move forward. And say, you have nothing to be ashamed of. Where did I go? Oh, I'm back. Hi. What's happening? Oh. Oh no, that was a poor choice. I should come back. Oh, what's available? Okay, I'm going to put myself here. Connect. I'm already connected. Oh God. Checking requirements. Okay. So, babes, what I was trying to say. Oh, okay. Now I'm 7 minutes. Okay, she's back. Okay. All right, we're all right. So listen, when you're trying to deal with all this shit, right? And you're trying to deal with everything that you're going through, and then on top of it, you see cases like Kelsey Fitzsimmons, it makes you physically clutch your pearls, clench your butthole, and you are Kegeling all over town, because I do not think hold, please. Hold on. I've got to do something. Am I in? Oh, maybe it's over here. Okay. I'm going to put this here. I'm touching the Wi-Fi, I think. Or the transponder. Here it is. Sorry, we're going to have to reboot together. We're rebooting our lives. Okay. I think that's it. All right. Okay, it's closer now. All right. Well, whatevs. Okay, then let me do this. All right, move that over there. Okay, we're good. I think we're good. Hold on. I'm coming back. Can you see me? Okay, good. Better. It might be better. If there is an opportunity, or somehow you say, I need help, you say, I'm struggling, and this is what could happen to you. You could end up at your house with your 4-month-old, 3-month-old, even a year-old baby, and somebody can come, and because you were struggling and because you asked for help, you could be punished up to and including losing your child, having them taken from your custody, and in worse cases, end up where Kelsey is today. It is unacceptable, and we cannot allow this to continue. So, without further ado, let's add this to the stage. It is the notice of docket, entry received 32 from Supreme Judicial Court judgment, following close review of the defendant's petition and appended materials. the Commonwealth's opposition and appended materials, including the transcript of a hearing held on September 11th, 2025, and the judge's orders, this court concludes that the judge did not commit an error of law or otherwise abuse her discretion. Accordingly, it is ordered that the petition shall be, and the same hereby is, denied without a hearing. Fuck Judge Kathleen. Just an FYI. Also, whoever, I know that we're going to go over, I have the guy's name who did this, and we're going to talk some shit and say F him too, in my opinion. Okay, ready? Here's his name. So this was yesterday. It says number 16, and it's judgment. The matter came before the court. It's Justice Dewar, on the defendant's petition pursuant to General Law Code 211, dated October 2nd of 2025. The defendant, Kelsey, seeks relief from an order of the Essex County Superior Court dated September 11th, vacating a prior order of release, 1, and ordering the defendant held without bail pursuant to General Law Code 276, Section 58A. The judge issued a further written order on September 16th denying the defendant's motion for consideration. So it had to go through the order of operations, right, babes? Oh, Dewar is a female. Justice Douchey Dewar. Okay? You dink. All the D's, triple D's, Dewey, Douchey, Dewar, dink. Okay? I don't like. But we're here, and so Dewar says no. It's shut down from the SJC, but it was also shut down for your reconsideration from Judge Kathleen. Like, Judge Kathleen should have gone back into her chambers, heard her recording on September 11th, thought to herself, let's pray, okay? Bring me back to 2001. Where am I? I am in religion class at NDA. I'm in Mrs. Clark's religion class. What happens? Twin Towers. Remember where you were. Have a moment. Repent for your sins, Kathleen. Listen to your unhinged behavior and how you went off the rails and were not even in agreement with your own fucking probation board. It was terrifying. And she's like, oh yeah, no worries. I'm not considering anything. And then Dewar says the same. Unbelievable. So, okay, then it says, as the Commonwealth concedes, the petition is properly before the court. Following close review of the defendant's petition and appended materials, the Commonwealth's opposition and appended materials, including a transcript from the hearing and the judge's orders, this court concludes that the judge did not commit an error of law or otherwise abuse the discretion. Accordingly, it is ordered that the petition be without note. It says, contrary to the suggestion, the judge did not revoke the defendant's bail pursuant to General Law Code 27. I'm lost again. Okay, here she is. Rather, pursuant to the last sentence of General Law Code 276-58A, second paragraph, on the motion of the defendant, the court reconsidered the bail order and concluded that because of a charge in circumstance that had arisen, the defendant's inability to comply without intense pain with in-home scram alcohol monitoring, a condition of the release that the court viewed for reasons stated in the court's order as critical to reasonably assure the safety of another person and the community if the defendant were to be released on home confinement. No conditions would reasonably assure the safety of the named person and the community. Oh my gosh. So we're protecting right now. Let's just put our thinking caps on, lovies, and remember that now the Supreme Court justice is saying we need to protect the person, the named person who actually shot Kelsey Fitzsimmons. What? Wait, what? Wouldn't he be the risk to the community, not her? What is happening? And why is it that this alcohol scram monitoring is like the end all be all? That's not how this usually rocks and rolls. We usually have other options and you're able to, use them if needed, i.e. a urine sample, even like you could do a lab draw, a blood draw. Okay. So then it says no conditions would reasonably assure the safety of the named person I can't even with that. As the Commonwealth notes, nothing prevents the defendant from requesting relief pursuant to the same provision if and when the defendant can make a showing that, quote, information exists that was not known at the time of the hearing or that there had been a change in circumstance. Huh? Mr. Bradel did file supplementation, including but not limited to her medical records and her surgical records. Then it says showing that information exists information exists that was not known at the time of the hearing and there has been a change in circumstance noted. And that, quote, such information or change in circumstances has a material bearing on the issue of whether there are conditions of release that will reasonably assure the safety of any other person in the community. I'm sorry. I don't even know what the fuck you just said. I don't even know what the fuck I just read. Such information or change in circumstances has a material bearing on the issue of whether there are conditions of release that will reasonably assure the safety of another person or the community. The community is safe, Kathleen. The community is safe, Justice Doer. You know who's not safe? Kelsey. Because there's already been documentation that people are talking shit when they're on their way in and out of medical, and she's not trying to make a big deal out of it. But there's incident reports. And you have a young woman in jail who is also healing from being shot by her colleague. So I'm going to need everybody to collectively remove their heads from their actual assholes if you want to sit on a bench. Babes, do you remember that day in Karen Reed trial where we were like, oh, is the bench breaking right now? Or is Judge Beverly Cannoni having a hypoglycemia event? Yes, we remember it. She was shaking. She was rattling. She was rolling. Because what happened? Hank Brennan was lying through his gopher teeth. And he was like, oh, we didn't get this discovery. Oh, Judge Cannoni, the FBI. Like, and we were like, what the fuck? We gave you everything. The defense team was like, excuse me, sorry, pardon me. You're all set. We've provided everything. And you didn't get this from the DOJ. You didn't get it from the Attorney General's office or the U.S. Attorney's office. All you got it from was the defense team. And it was all a big ruse. I feel like we're being punked if there wasn't such high stakes here. And if it wasn't so gut-wrenching to Kelsey and her family. This is shameful, in my opinion. And when you look at a bench and to our judges, like, I don't have the temperament to be a judge. I would be upset because I feel a lot and I have emotions, whether they're happy or sad. But your temperance and your judicial prudence needs to be intact in order for you to have justice and fairness and to be ruling without bias. And Judge Kathleen is as biased as they come. And so, and I don't know if it's against Bradel or if it's against Kelsey specifically, but we have issues. And now this doer dick, or, dweeb, whatever, you're adding fuel to the fire. Why couldn't she just get a petition that was granted with a hearing? And then if you denied it after you heard everything, then we'd say at least it was fair. At least you gave us a shot. But there's no end roads here that seem appropriate. You shouldn't have to hit every wall. So that was really upsetting to me. Talk to me, tell me everything. Am I done with that? Yes. Okay. I'm stopping sharing. Okay. Right? Carrie Sudu says women shitting on women. How sad. To find out that Doer is a lady? Doer looks like a lady. Oh, I've got something in my pocket for you, SJC. Oh, yeah, oh my gosh, it's really deep in there. Okay, found it. Coffin nail. Fuck off. Stop it. Like, guys, when I'm in the in-between and I can't find myself on the desktop, like, can you imagine the stress of all of this? Because I thought to myself, for sure, for certain, there isn't a way that after you hear that September 11th hearing, that you're not going to say, that sounds wild to me. Oh, something went radically wrong that day. Surely. Oops, we have a problem. There was a little bit of a mistake, and oopsie days. And no, this Commonwealth and these judges have doubled down. Insane. Oh, I'm blurry. Sorry, babe. And then, Rat House Media. Hello, Rat House Media. And hello to Danny Thomas. And what does Bradel do next? Nancy, great question. So, in this last little part, like the last line tells us everything, right? Always, fuckers. And it says that the Commonwealth notes that nothing prevents the defendant from requesting relief pursuant to the same provision if and when the defendant can make a showing that the information exists that was not known at the time of the hearing, or there has been a change in circumstances. Okay, so what does that mean? They're going to have to go a different angle. Okay, it's not going to be about, hey, the scram testing. It's going to have to be a completely different motion. but I don't know what order of operations that, like, I don't know the PEMDAS of that. So I'm going to have to ask, like, Mr. Betterow. I'm going to have to say, Mr. Betterow, what now? Because now we're cutting it awful close, lovies. Now we're at a place where it's like, oh, okay, it is literally October 16th and time is ticking. It has been over 1 month that Kelsey has been remanded to prison. And like we've said many a times, like, she's not healing correctly. She is not in, like, you know, if we were going to talk about, which we're going into next, is postpartum depression. You think that helps her? You think any of this has been in the best interest of a mother or a child? It's barbaric. I mean, babes, if you actually put your brain and try to wrap around the fact that she was the one who was actually harmed and almost her life taken. Literally, she could not be here if that bullet had moved an inch to the left or an inch to the right. And yet she is the one who is again and again paying the consequences for actions of another. Her colleague was the one who shot her. Yet because there was an apparent alleged he said, she was a risk to him, yet he didn't have a scratch on his head, on his body. It's unfair. It's unjust. And it is completely unacceptable, in my opinion. Oh, did I reboot? Oh, no. God, I'm having a bad day. I'm sorry, guys. It is a miracle she is alive. Yes, Dr. Jen and Toxic. Oh, my gosh. Ooh. It needs to stop, says, thank you so much, Lovey. Says, I just finished my second email to the SJC justices. I don't know what else to do to show frustration in this. I'm being respectful, of course. Love you. I love that. Could we start a petition? Is that possible? Oh, please. Because I remember when when Kayla Montgomery was going to be leaving the New Hampshire State Prison for Women, I wrote to the board of parole, the parole board, and I was trying so hard for them to understand that, like, please keep her in, and they didn't. It didn't work. But, like, all the lovies on TikTok really tried to be helpful with that too. So hold please. Let me just see if there are Massachusetts SJC. If it needs to stop, could you tell us the address, or not the address, the email address that you sent it to? Or address if you wrote a letter. Did you say that? Oh, email. Yeah. Okay. Mass.gov. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to find that right this sec, but yeah, if you could put that in the chat, maybe I can go back and put it on at least on my YouTube page so that we have somewhere to go moving forward. Okay. Next, I wanted to discuss this, babes. I want to share. How do I get rid of this? Okay, good. Okay. And then we're sharing. We're caring. We're sharing. Oh. Okay. Oh no. But how do I move there? Okay, I'm going to get rid of this. Bye. See ya. Okay, good. All right, babes. Now we're going to hide that. We're going to put this up. Now, this is postpartumdepression.org. And it clearly there are global emergencies regarding postpartum depression, but I wanted us to know, like, the stats. I thought back in the olden days, because I'm old, when when I had first gotten out of like nursing school, it was always like 1 in 10 or 1 in 12. Well, the number has really been shocking how it's now 1 in 8 nationally. And in some states in the United States of America, the postpartum depression rate is 1 in 5. So put 4 of your friends next to you or 4 of your family members that are female into a lineup with you, and one of you would be either diagnosed or undiagnosed with postpartum depression. So now let's figure out what it is and what it isn't, because that is important. Let's define. We are going to postpartum depression statistics by race and ethnicity, and it does affect different races differently per the stats. While postpartum depression can affect anyone, rates are not the same across all communities. Data reveals significant disparities, which are driven by social and economic factors, not race itself. So we call those social determinants of health, whether that's your socioeconomic status, whether that is your, extended family, whether that is services in place that you have, your insurance, all of those, interpersonal relationships, everything can be your social determinant of health. So race and ethnicity, postpartum depression symptoms reported. Okay, that's reported. American Indian and Alaska Native is 21.8%. That is percent of mothers reporting postpartum depression symptoms. Black non-Hispanic is 16.3%. Multiple race non-Hispanic is 15.4%. Hispanic is 13.8%. White non-Hispanic is 11.7%. And Asian or Pacific Islander non-Hispanic is 8%. Now, that was back in 2022, and it is crucial to understand that these disparities are not because of race. They are a direct result of systemic inequities. Higher rates among Black, American Indian, and Alaska Native and multiracial mothers are linked to factors likely reduced to access to quality healthcare, experiences of racism or implicit bias from providers, which is a thing, and higher rates of traumatic birth experiences and chronic stress associated with social and economic inequality. Special circumstances of postpartum depression include paternal postpartum depression. Okay. Research show that approximately 10% of new fathers experience depression during the postpartum period. Well, this stream isn't for the boys. I appreciate you, but we're continuing. Post-adoption depression. Adoptive parents can also experience significant depressive symptoms. While they do not undergo the same hormonal shifts, the immense psychological, social, and financial stressors of the adoption process can trigger what is known as post-adoption depression. Very interesting to know. And then statistics on related perinatal mood and anxiety disorders. Understanding PPD includes knowing about related conditions that can occur alongside or on their own. So this is like a comorbidity, Loveys, or things that you had pre-existing, right? Or, well, this is, okay, we'll talk about it. Postpartum baby blues. The baby blues affect up to 80% of new mothers. Soak it in. 80%. That's staggering. And it's like, how do you know when it's going from baby blues to postpartum depression? We'll talk about it. Postpartum anxiety. Oh, hands up. Put your hands up, babes, if you've experienced postpartum anxiety. Experienced by up to 17% of postpartum women. It is very common for anxiety and depression to occur at the same time. Postpartum psychosis is a rare but very serious emergency. It affects 1 to 2 in every 1,000 women after childbirth. It involves a severe break from reality and requires immediate medical intervention. While the condition carries a high risk for suicide and infanticide, these tragic outcomes are not inevitable with emergency treatment. Postpartum suicide risk. Suicide is a leading cause of maternal mortality in the first year of postpartum. Research shows that many mothers who died by suicide had not seen a mental health provider in the month prior, emphasizing the urgent need for better screening and accessible care. Statistics on postpartum depression risk and factors. There is no single factor that causes postpartum depression. Rather, it is a combination of physical, emotional, and environmental factors. Babes, that's all what we talk about when we're like, we treat the whole patient. Because it's not your symptoms, right? It's the underlying cause. And you have to treat everything. Because one might present in a way that you think, oh, okay, I just needed a pill. When really, you needed talk therapy. You needed EMDR. You needed any other type of assistance, whether it was childcare assistance, somebody to help you with meals. Maybe you couldn't afford to get your groceries, and a social worker could assist you with signing up for a WIC program or EBT, or get you in touch with a nonprofit organization, a church that would be like, I have all the goods. Call Nurse Kim, all the things. And so medical history, women with a personal or family history of depression or other mood disorders have a significantly higher risk of developing postpartum depression. Well, now that's interesting, because we know damn right well that 1 in 2 of us, so it'd be me and Jimmy. Well, not Jimmy, because he's only a mother to ducklings and to tiny Josephine. But me and Kate, my friend, who's going to be coming up in a minute, we could stand next to each other, and you would know that actually physiologically in our bodies and in our families, 1 in 2 of us, or 2 of 2 of us, would have had some sort of history of a mental health diagnoses. So if you have that in your own diagnosis or a family history, you are more at risk. Previous postpartum depression, having experienced previous PPD with a previous birth, increases the risk of recurrence in subsequent pregnancies by up to 50%. Oh. Well, they used to tell us back in the olden days that didn't matter, that actually wasn't a concern, and that you didn't have to worry if you really struggled with your first baby, that you would be okay with the second one, and it had nothing to do, there was nothing connected. But remember, women, we know this. The body keeps the score. And it will always keep the score. You can try to fib to yourself all day long, but your body holds everything. Every positive, negative, trauma, heartbreak from your generations and the mothers and grandmothers before us. Social and economic factors, living in poverty, lack of social support, and experiencing significant life stress are major risk factors. One study found that mothers with low socioeconomic status were much more likely to develop PPD symptoms than those with a higher status. You are not alone, and help is available 24/7. If you are struggling with any of these symptoms, Please know that you are not to blame and you do not have to carry this burden by yourself. Reaching out is a sign of strength. It is confidential and free help is available. So I am going to put this phone number, all of these into our chat, babes, if I can figure that out. Yes, I can. Boom. And there is also, I wanted to let you know, lovies, that there is a pamphlet that is a PDF. And I don't know how to open it. Oh, don't touch it. Nope, I'm not accepting. Well, I'll accept it later. But if you want to come to this website, oh, what did I do? Okay, get me out of there. All right. If you wanted to find out anything else, that it is postpartumdepression.org. So we're sending letters. We're trying to keep Kelsey's spirits up. We are going to ask Mr. Betterow. I'm hoping he's coming over for Sunday service. I don't know. He hasn't told me yet. But if not, I'm going to try to get someone in the legal sphere to tell me what is our next step, whom we can write letters to, whom we can make our voices heard in order to change the trajectory of this bullshit and the fuckery that remains afoot in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. If you're with me, let me know. Because we have all of our voices together is something. A party of one shall not get anything done. But a party of 1,000 can move mountains. And we don't have any quit for Kelsey. All right, lovies, without further ado, we needed a little bit of happiness. We needed a little bit of joy. And there is one person in my life that brings me joy. Okay. She is unadulterated joy. She is everything. She is the color pink and sequins. She's the smartest and the prettiest. And if I text her random shit, she never turns me away. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to dump that on you first thing in the morning." And she is like, I got you. I got you, boo. It's my girl. Our girl. Hi, Kate.
Hi. So
How are you?
I'm fabulous. Listen, first of all, I don't know how you guys do this all the time. I decided last minute, I'm like, oh, my face is looking tough. So I found a little ring light here that the kids have. It works wonders. And really quick, I have my little twinnie here, and she has something that she just wants to say to you real quick.
Of course.
All right, come on, Kenna. All right, come on. I told you.
Give me 1 sec.
Okay. And I also just want to point out, see that pink sign in the back?
Oh, yes, I do.
It's the original Buffer Zone sign that I won in the raffle in the first trial.
Oh my gosh. I love that. Look at you, baby girl.
The
Hi,
pink American
Queen.
flag is my heart. So Carol, one of the OGs of standouts, gifted that to me, and it's the most magical thing ever. So yeah.
I love
that. All right,
that.
go ahead.
Wait 1 sec. I'm nervous.
All right, just do it.
Don't be nervous.
Okay, so I got a speech.
I love it.
Okay, ready? I really appreciate you supporting my mom through her darkest days. You lifted my mom's spirits up when I never thought they could be lifted up. This whole case has made my mom make so many new friends, including you. And she really enjoys that you're in her life. I really hope that you know that you are one of my favorite Free Henry supporters.
Thank you so much, Lovey.
All right. Good job. See,
That
you
was
got
so
this.
nice. Thank you so much,
Yep.
honey.
And we also have our
I can't.
crystal rock here.
I love that.
We got a micro penis. We got Tiny Mary, Tiny Jesus, a heart, some random rose quartz, and a mushroom. And we keep the mushroom at the opposite end of the micro because we don't want to hurt the little micro's feelings. You know what happens, boys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have 7 fans, Kate.
So we got 7 fans. I mean, come
7.
on.
They're micro penises and all.
Okay. Goodbye. Have a great night.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Did you,
Thanks for
babe?
having me. But I don't know how you guys
know.
do this all day, all the time, because it's a lot of things. I sit here all day and I have meetings, but I don't, this is different. Got logged out of the twat.
Oh my gosh, that is so annoying. I'm so sorry about that. You
Sorry,
don't
if you
feel attacked.
That's a personal problem. Okay. That's not a me problem. Nobody
It is
said you
not.
had a micro.
No, yeah.
You could be the mushroom. Who knows? Nobody needs to know. When you make comments like that, you give it away.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Bringing
so
joy.
let me do a little. I got to do like an intro, right? Like an intro, which you don't need any intro. You are like literally. It's so funny. I went on Rad House Media last night, and they were like, I think it was, oh gosh, I'm going to screw it up, and I don't mean to. Maybe it was Janine that said, "Oh, I thought that Kim, she thought I was you." You at the Wilbur. She goes, "Oh, I thought I was talking," and I was like, "Oh, hi, ba 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 ba," and they thought that it was me and you, like you're my doppelganger.
I love that. I'll take.
I love that too.
Yeah.
Oh, so okay, guys. So Kate is an OG. She is everything. She has been boots on the ground since pre-trial, trial 1 of Commonwealth v. Karen Reed. She is an angel walking among us. She has become my friend. She is an incredible mother. She's an incredible person, and she is following her dream right now of going back to law school. She's going to be a criminal defense attorney, correct? And she is going in the path of whom? Attorney Mr. Mark Betterow. And she is going to be actually Reese Witherspoon, wearing pink, wearing all of her sparkles, and she is going to be changing lives because what she saw in this trial and in this case moved her and changed her fundamentally like it did all of us. So Kate ends up she's in classes right now, and she sent me something and read it to me the other night, and I got chills. And I asked her if she would be willing to come onto our show and come over to our house, bop over, and read it aloud if she could. And she said, absolutely, Kim. And I think that it is so good for our soul. Kate is chicken soup for the teenage soul, but also for the mother's soul and for the boots on the ground soul and for everything, because she is actual joy. So take it from there, my babe. I love you.
Okay. Listen, I got a big schnoz and I got to look over at this screen to read.
Gorgeous.
So if it's looking funky, just like tell me, all right?
Nothing funky about it.
Okay. I'm not even going to give it I'm going to give it my own preface.
Okay.
Okay. I do have to give it one. So, as Kim stated, I'm going back to school, and like, I'm going to law school, but I got a minute to get there.
Yes.
You'll learn about it in here, but, I have a midterm. I haven't been to school in like 23 years. So I have a midterm comes. And, as we all know, there's been just like a lot of just horrendousness flying around, and I choose to not play in it. I know everything that's going on, and I see people, but I choose not to spend my energy on it because it just simply doesn't matter, and it doesn't bring me anything in my life. So what I do in these moments is I put my head down and I just do me. So here comes the memoir, and the memoir is my midterm. And the professor's talking, and I'm crazy. And when I think of something, I put it in my phone. it's like hieroglyphics in my phone, and then I regurgitate it and I make sense of it. So I remembered this situation when I did that. Because like, let's face it, being part of a movement is like nothing, there's not a manual for it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, there's a lot of things that go on. So like, you know, you got to kind of like remember yourself. Right.
Yeah.
And so that's why I would write. And I don't really know what I'm writing, but I'm just writing. And so he's talking about this, and it brings me back to this Facebook post I did. And it was just kind of about you humans and like what it was like to show up and what it did for me. So here's my memoir. Preface. Karen Reed's story ignited intense debate, heartbreak, and hope throughout Massachusetts and beyond. In January 2022, she found herself at the center of national attention, accused of causing the death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe, outside a home in Canton. Prosecutors claimed Karen, after a night out, struck O'Keefe with her SUV and abandoned him in a snowstorm. From the onset, Karen insisted on her innocence, with her defense arguing she was framed, targeted by law enforcement, and evidence manipulated to secure her conviction, including the infamous 47 pieces of taillight. Karen Reed was far more than a defendant in a sensational trial. Before her world turned upside down, she was a financial analyst, an adjunct professor, and a respected member of her community. Her ordeal quickly grew beyond a legal battle, becoming a symbol for thousands who saw in her case deeper questions about justice, truth, and the strength of community. Supporters rallied outside courthouses waving pink flags and calling for her freedom, while online communities dissected every detail and development. The case itself was a maze of conflicting evidence and viewpoints, 2 trials, a hung jury, and a retrial that fractured families, friendships, and entire towns. Every piece of evidence, from the shattered taillights to suspicious Google searches, was fiercely debated, and the mystery of that snowy night remains unsolved. For many, Karen Reed's struggle exposed flaws in the justice system and the risks of unchecked authority. For others, it served as a cautionary tale about relationships, loyalty, and the search for truth in a world full of uncertainty and shadows. This memoir is not just about Karen Reed's case. It's about how her fight for justice became a beacon in my own life, guiding me through the darkness and inspiring me to find my voice. It's about the invisible threads that connect us, the courage to stand up when the world says sit down, and the hope that even in the face of terrible injustice, change is possible. Let's go. Wait for Me, a memoir by Caitlin McReynolds. Some may never understand the invisible current that drew me to Karen Reed, and that's okay. The connection is stitched into the fabric of my soul, a thread woven through every chapter of my story. The last 10 years have been a whirlwind, my life scattered like autumn leaves across a map with no legend. There have been countless versions of me, each one forged in the fire of heartbreak and hope, each one stumbling through the fog of uncertainty. If you know me, you know I pour my heart into everything, whether it's a triumph or a tragedy. I feel every moment like thunder in my chest. My emotions are wild horses, and I let them run free, even when they drag me through storms. When I first learned about Karen's case, I was lost in a sea of darkness, desperately searching for something to hold on to. Her story became my lighthouse, cutting through the fog and guiding me towards hope. I found myself drawn to Aidan Turnerboy Carney, my favorite journalist, not just because he reported what mainstream media wouldn't, but because his relentless pursuit of truth made waves the Commonwealth of Massachusetts couldn't ignore. I devoured every document, letting the details seep into my bones. On days when the world felt unbearably heavy and hollow, those documents anchored me, keeping me tethered to reality. I listened to every perspective, and each time I was reminded. My battle wasn't against faceless men with badges and authority, but against the shadows lurking in my own mind. From that moment, as I trudged through my own private hell, I walked beside Karen through hers. Quitting drinking was a mountain I never imagined I'd climb. But when my 9-year-old son was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes in October 2023, the path became clear. There was simply no room left in my life for alcohol. I quit cold turkey without a second thought. As the days passed, I realized that even though I had always managed my responsibilities and appeared fully functional, I had been quietly carrying a drinking problem. Admitting it shattered the mirror I had been hiding behind, forcing me to confront the reflection I long avoided. In classic CAIT fashion, I lowered my head and I marched forward, determined to conquer the chaos. I sought a sense of purpose with determination and persistence, and this story became my oasis. Through YouTube, through words, through community, I found my people. I found my purpose. I remember the first time I showed up, my heart pounding like a drum in my chest, each beat echoing in my ears as I stepped out of my car. The air was thick with anticipation, cool against my skin, carrying the distant hum of voices and the shuffle of feet on pavement. My hands trembled, clammy with nerves, as I gripped the strap of my pink emotional support bag, a lifeline in a world that suddenly felt both familiar and foreign all at the same time. As I walked closer, the world seemed to sharpen. The crowd's energy buzzed around me, a living current that prickled along my arms. Laughter and shouts mingled in the air, punctuated by the rhythmic clapping of hands and the low, steady murmur of conversation. I could feel the vibrations of solidarity beneath my feet, each step resonating with the pulse of something bigger than myself. The warmth of strangers' smiles washed over me, soft as the sunlight after a long winter. Someone reached out, their hand firm and reassuring, and that simple touch grounded me, reminding me I wasn't alone. The scent of coffee and damp earth drifted on the breeze, mingling with the electric tang of hope and outrage. It was as if the internet had come alive. Every username and comment transformed into flesh and blood, laughter and tears. The tapestry of voices wrapped around me, a cocoon of belonging. I felt the weight of my own story lighten, lifted by the chorus of others who had come together for justice, for Karen, for each other. In that moment, surrounded by the heartbeat of the crowd and the symphony of the voices, I realized I found my people. The world felt warmer, louder, and more alive than I ever imagined. Lightning in a bottle, if you will. The connection was tangible, a pulse in the air, a hand on my shoulder, a shared breath of purpose. I had arrived, and I was home. April 12th, 2024 was the day of the final pre-trial conference before Karen's first trial. The courthouse itself felt like a living piece of history, its grand stone exterior softened by decades of rain. The heavy wooden doors creaked open to reveal marble floors that echoed with every step. The air inside was cool and tinged with the scent of old books and polished banisters, sunlight streaming through tall windows and paintings shifting patterns on the wall. Every detail, the ornate moldings, the hush of distant voices, and the faint of lavender soap in the powder room reminded me that I was standing in a place where countless stories had unfolded. During a recess, I slipped away to the restroom, a small, elegant space that felt more like a parlor than a bathroom, with soft lighting casting gentle shadows across gilded mirrors and a faint scent of lavender soap lingering in the air. As I opened the door, I was startled to find Karen herself standing there, her presence filling the room with a quiet, magnetic energy. Her eyes lit up with recognition, and she greeted me warmly. Karen says, "Caitlin Ann, thank you so much for all your support." Her words echoed in the quiet room, and for a moment, I felt seen in a way I hadn't in years. I managed to tell her, April 16th, I'll be 6 months sober. It's no coincidence your trial begins the very same day. Her loyal Liza was with her, gently urging her back to the proceedings. I wished Karen good luck. She gave me a hug, and we parted ways, her warmth lingering with me long after I left the quiet golden room. As I walked back to the courtroom, the encounter replayed in my mind, each detail etched deeper with every step. Karen's recognition was more than a fleeting moment. It was a validation of my journey, a reminder that even in the midst of my struggle, My voice mattered. Her gratitude wrapped around me like a cloak, dispelling the self-doubt that so often crept in. In that instant, I realized how profoundly her fight for justice had shaped my own path. She became a symbol of resilience and hope, inspiring me to keep moving, to embrace my sobriety, and to pursue my purpose with renewed determination. That brief exchange in the powder room was a turning point, a spark that reignited my belief in the power of connection and in the possibility of change, both for her and for myself. Back in the courtroom, I realized my cell phone was missing. Panic began to rise, but before it could take hold, I felt a tap on my shoulder. It was Kat, Karen's best friend, holding out my pink phone. "Caitlin, Ann, this has to be your pink phone," Kat said. I laughed, admitting I was just about to panic. Kat smiled and replied, No problem. Thank you for being here. You're a force. Never stop being who you are." January 18th, 2025, verdict day. A date etched into my memory, forever holding a sacred place in my heart. The anticipation was electric, almost unbearable, each minute stretching out like an eternity. My boss was incredible. She called it a verdict watch instead of a baby watch, knowing I might have to drop everything and race to the courthouse at a moment's notice. The day finally arrived. I nearly missed those magic words, but somehow I made it to Dedham just in time. Not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. Those words rang out 3 times, like a spell, breaking a long, dark night. I stood shoulder to shoulder with strangers who had become family, my heart pounding so loudly I could barely hear a word. The streets overflowed with thousands of supporters, faces shining with hope, voices rising in a chorus. The echoes of YouTube personalities rippled through the crowd, blending with the hum of anticipation. The air was thick with tension, charged and electric, every breath sharp and shallow. When the verdict was read, a tidal wave of sound crashed over us. Gasps, cries, laughter, and a thunder of hands clapping and feet stomping in pure relief and joy. My own voice joined the chorus, raw and triumphant, echoing off the courthouse walls and into history. For weeks, the world seemed to replay that moment in a loop. On the news, a 15-second clip would flash across the screen. There I was, unmistakably, in my pink Free Karen Reed hat, my kimono blooming with pink and turquoise flowers, my glitter boots catching the light, and my pink American flag waving like a beacon. You could hear my voice, hoarse but unbreakable, declaring, Justice, people, this is it." The sound of my words, the cheers behind me, the rustle of flags and clatter of cameras all became a part of the story. But when the dust settled and the crowds faded, a quiet heaviness pressed against my chest. The world was changed, but I was not finished. My hands, still tingling from twirling my pink American flag and hugging my friends, felt the weight of unfinished work. My children's faces flickered in my mind, and I knew I had to keep fighting to build a world where they would never have to stand in a courtroom, breathless and afraid, praying for justice. Now at 41, I find myself standing at a threshold of a new chapter. The world outside hums with a steady rhythm of traffic and distant voices, but inside, my resolve rings very clear, a bell that refuses to be silenced. I'm not the same person I was in my 20s or 30s. Life has carved lines of wisdom and resilience into my face, and every challenge has become a stepping stone. Returning to college at this age is both daunting and exhilarating. I'm working towards my associates, then my bachelor's, and if determination counts for anything, my law degree. Each classroom feels like uncharted territory, but I walk in with the confidence of someone who has already weathered storms. I do this for my children, for myself, and for every person who has ever felt silenced or overlooked. My path is carved for those who have been trapped behind cold, concrete walls, their stories muffled by injustice and circumstance. I hear their voice in the quiet moments, and I vow to be the echo that answers back. When I finally stride into a courtroom as a defense attorney, I'll do it wrapped in my pink bodysuit and glitter boots, my kimono blooming with pink and turquoise flowers, a banner of defiance and hope. Justice is not colorless, and courage is never quiet. This terrible injustice breathed life into me at my lowest, gifting me purpose when I was lost. At a critical crossroads, Karen's fight became the spark that reignited my spirit and gave me my life back. For that, I am forever grateful, for the chance to stand beside her, for the opportunity to support her, and for the purpose her story brought to mine. Wait for me. I am coming, not just for myself, but for my children, for every soul who deserves to be heard, and for the future where no one has to stand alone, breathless and afraid, praying for justice.
I can't.
I did it.
You did so good, Kate.
It feels so good. I hope you guys liked it. I know it was really long. I'm sorry.
No, it's perfect.
It was only supposed to be like 3 pages, but it didn't work out.
Can you read the last?
Yeah.
Can you read the last for me again? Because it makes me feel like my heart is exploding when you say would start with like where you're coming for not only your children.
Okay, wait for me.
Yeah.
I am coming, not just for myself, but for my children, for every soul who deserves to be heard, and for a future where no one has to stand alone, breathless and afraid, praying for justice. I'm coming, man.
I'm so freaking proud of you. I am beyond proud of you.
Thank you.
You got this,
And I
my
just want to
queen.
say that, you know, I choose joy every day.
I know you do.
Every day is a choice. I have a really big ego. Egos aren't bad, but you need to like keep them in check.
Yeah.
Self-reflection is real. I have many conversations with myself in the mirror. I sing Teddy Swims Amazing to myself in the mirror a couple days a week.
Yeah.
Like, I love myself. I truly love myself. And I got here through everybody. And I just, it felt really cool to bring myself to a place to remind me like why I'm here. And I tell you all the time, like, make it personal. Like, you can be selfish about it. Like, this is your movement. And anybody can tell you that I always did that. I put my boundaries up and I see everything, but I choose what I choose. And I don't, other people's opinion of me isn't my business. And if you think it's corny that I choose joy, okay. But it's the reason why I'm breathing. It's the reason why I'm here. It's the reason why I can give my kids this example. And that is, to me, that's the best part. I never really saw what that was going to do for my kids. And my kids being so proud of me, and they tell anybody who will listen that their mommy's going to be a lawyer. Like, fuel yourself with things that matter, and that, like, think about it in a week.
Yeah.
Like, what is that giving you? Think of yourself like an ATM, right? Like,
yeah.
you, like, and put yourself first. Like, even if you're a mother, like, I'm a single mother. I do all the things. I know you do. I can talk about how busy I am and how I'm going to school and we got all these, like, I can do that. But what does it do? It gets in my way of like just doing my shit.
I know.
And I work and I got like a lot of responsibility and I got a real grown-up job.
Yeah.
You know, and you can do it. You just have to make a conscious effort to choose joy.
Yes,
or something that gives you solace. Don't go looking for an argument unless you want an argument. If that's what tickles you that day, then do it. I love a good argument.
Yeah.
But like, worry about you. Stay in your lane. Keep your blinkers off. If you don't have something nice to say, shut the fuck up.
Just keep going. Yeah.
With all due respect, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And if you want
All
to
you
be ugly,
hamsters.
go look in the mirror. And like, this is one of the best advice I ever got. When you want to be ugly and you want to talk ugly about somebody, about yourself, about whatever, go look in the mirror and do it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Self-reflection is real.
Yeah. Yep. Just
So,
looking and taking that accountability within each one of ourselves, right? And seeing, it's been a tough couple of weeks, and I just wanted to thank you because you have been you're always solid with me, and I hope that I'm always solid with you, and that
yeah.
we get it, and it just like we take things, we feel it deeply, and it just has been it's been rough, and but I'm choosing joy, and I'm choosing to say that in the end I wouldn't have changed a thing, and we had a special lightning in a bottle moment, if you will. And
this is like a one of a kind
yeah,
experience. And like, if you want to find the ugliness in it, go for it. But you're missing out. And
yeah,
and that's it. There are like, you heard like how I felt about when I walked up. Like, some of those people, right? They don't like me anymore. And you know what? That's okay. Like, we don't have to agree on that. Like,
mhm,
because I love you. And like, I don't have to agree with your opinion of me
yeah,
either. But like, every person I have crossed paths with, like, I've got nothing but love and so, like, just all of it.
yeah,
And that's what I choose to see out of it. And I'm really glad that I kept on doing that, because
yeah,
it feels really good. It feels really good.
good.
And there's not like, I just show up, and I'm not fake, and I don't have to
Nope.
like worry about what I didn't do. And like, I love that
Woo.
for me.
Yes. Yes.
And I just want to say that October 16th, 2023 is the last time I had a Beverino. And that's today. And that's just how this ended up, right? You want to do this Tuesday or Wednesday, and I had school, and so I was like, whatever, I don't really care. It's like, so I think that's really cool.
Thickims Thursday and anniversary and sobriety. Like, this is
like, what are we doing?
everything. Congratulations, babe.
Yeah, we got this teenager that's not a teenager behind me. I don't know, who knows what she's doing, but yeah.
Dance.
you.
Yeah, listen. Thickims Thursday with your mama and her
Wait,
kid.
literally, I really want to do this. I put it in Jimmy's chat, but he's so like busy in the chats. Like,
Yeah.
you know me in the chats. I don't get enough attention. I don't like it. I like the IRL combos,
Yeah.
right?
And
Yeah.
life.
So
Yeah.
I really want to do like a 90s or a 2000s like karaoke party or something. Like,
Done.
Okay.
Let's do it in. Let's do it in like before. Let's
wait,
do
how
it
could
in
I
like
forget this? Look at this beautiful thing. Every time my mother goes anywhere, like,
November.
even if she goes away for a weekend, she
Yeah.
brings me back something. Most recent, this was
Oh.
Vegas. It's rose quartz bonsai tree.
I love a bonsai tree.
Oh, and wait,
I gotta
one more
get
thing.
some.
I
What
know
is?
you gotta go.
I really
So
have to
listen-
get some actual. What are these? Like, I need
at-
stones.
Let me gift you some of mine. I'll charge some of mine. I do
Ooh,
all that.
in the moon with the moonlight.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, this is a charge.
Oh.
Right here.
Oh.
See you can see on the bottom
the moon cycle.
lines? Yeah. So listen, I know you gotta go on Core TV, but I want to tell you this. So did I tell you how me and Carrie went to that like mystery box store? We saw it on TikTok and we went.
No.
Place, but cool. There's this like mystery box store in Franklin, and it's literally like the rejects of Amazon, Target, Walmart. They've
I
got
love that.
furniture, everything, right? And I wanted one of those egg chairs for the sanctuary.
Yeah.
So they had one. Then by the time we got
That's
there,
her backyard, lovies.
There. So anyway, we go there and it's like random shit. So I get like this thing. I got this thing.
It's
and,
a pen.
like, I got all kinds of stuff. But
I love that.
you can
Look at
get
this
a
one.
box, $25, and it's all what you don't know what's in it. It can be hit or miss.
Okay.
I ended up with like a bidet, a friggin' Legos, whatever. But anyway, I got this cool thing because I just loved it and I thought it was pretty for my office, not even realizing what it was.
Yeah.
Are you ready to see?
I'm ready. Scales of Justice. Oh, that was in your mystery box?
No, I bought it was like $3 or something. And I'm like,
Oh my God.
that's pretty.
I was going to be like, oh, well, that was, well, first of all, incredible. Can we put little candies in?
Well, I got this little thing.
Oh.
McKenna like, makes me things all the time.
Oh, I love
So
that.
This is a
Of course
clay
she
thing
does.
that says, I
Crafty
love
queen.
you.
Oh, that's so perfect. All right, listen to me. I love everything about you. I have to
Can you call
go.
me after Core TV?
I got, huh?
Can you call me after Core TV? How long are you
Of
on
course
there?
I
A long
can.
time?
I'm on for 2 segments. So Loveys, they make you sign on at like 8:40. Like, so like I'm like, what the frick? But whatever. And then so I'm on 9 to 9:30, and then I'll be off. And we're talking postpartum. We're talking Lindsay Clancy, and hopefully I can,
I mean,
bring it back to Kelsey
listen,
at some point.
I'm not even being funny. This is my baby. I swear to God, I had postpartum until like 3 years ago. I was not normal.
Yeah. Yeah, we should do a mom's panel. We really should.
I just like kept on keeping on, but
And I did too, babe. I used to wake up Mia. I would be waking her up and they were like, don't wake a sleeping baby. My first baby, I'm 23 years old. I have another one 10 months later. I'm like, oh,
me too, basically.
I was cuckoo.
Yeah.
All right. I love everything about you.
Can I go look at your chat after? Because I love everybody. And I know I can't like look at it and talk. Or do you shut that off? So
No, you're going to see it. You are going to see it. And hey, excuse me, my little queen in the back, my superstar. I know where you get it from. It's called your mama. Okay. And you are such an angel. Be good to your mother. She's trying to do all the things and she's changing the world. I love you.
One more thing to say to everybody.
Yes, babe.
Choose joy. And also, no locked doors.
Oh, no locked doors.
No locked doors. That is it from Thickims Thursday. I love you.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
All right, great job on the news.
Thank you.
We will, Courtney and I will share what happened when we went to dinner last night, Sunday dinner coming up. And as